And speaking of gun violence, the Department of Justice has released a report about the failure of police response to the Robb Elementary School shooting in Uvalde, Texas. And still, local law enforcement refuses to release evidence that could give more insight on what really happened. BTVN's Raya Torres reports from Uvalde, where she spoke with the families of victims and survivors who are frustrated and remain waiting for answers.
Too many people involved, too many people got hurt for them just to say, nothing and just basically just not give us no answers.
Abigail Veloz's daughter is Mia Cerrillo, a survivor of the Robb Elementary shooting. The gunman opened fire in Mia's classroom. She called 911 and waited 77 minutes for police to save her.
Mia telling them, I can see your feet. I can open the door. We're right here. That's like, why didn't you go in? Why?
Abigail and other parents are filing a 1983 claim alleging law enforcement's failed response during the shooting. But the families can only rely on leaked evidence for their lawsuit because the Texas Department of Public Safety refuses to release 2.8 terabytes of evidence from their own investigation.
If you consider a Webster dictionary as far as just the size of documents, it's about 280,000 Webster dictionaries worth of data.
The Department of Justice recently visited Uvalde and released a 600-page report that outlined the failure of police on that tragic day.
The law enforcement response at Robb Elementary School on May 24, 2022, and in the hours and days after, was a failure that should not have happened.
The Uvalde District Attorney Christina Mitchell said they will continue investigating the shooting. She has not filed any charges. Brett Cross, the father of one of the victims, reacts.
The DA is screwing us over. I've been vocal on DPS is screwing us over. I mean, they're doing an investigation on themselves. Okay. That's like asking a student to grade themselves. Of course, they're going to give themselves an A.
With no answers in sight, the families of the 21 victims who tragically died here are left outraged by the court's inaction. The fear is that no one will be held responsible for this horrific massacre.
And it infuriates me. Why won't they show us? Why do they have to hide everything? We already know that they're not going to punish any of the officers that were there.
The lawsuit filed by the families expires in just over 100 days. Families can only wait and hope they will eventually get answers.
We're never going to be comfortable in this town knowing that, there's someone we're still working here. What if something else happens? Are they going to do the same thing? Are they going to be able to protect us?
Reporting from Uvalde, Raya Torres, Beach TV News.
Thanks, Raya, for that very important update from Uvalde, Texas.